When people talk about Oakville luxury, the same names always come up. Morrison, Old Oakville, Eastlake, Ford, Southwest Oakville, Bronte by the lake. But here's what most buyers miss. These neighborhoods are not expensive for the same reasons. Some buyers are paying for land and privacy. Some are paying for lake access. Some are paying for walkability. Some are paying for schools. Some are paying for newer custom homes. So in this video, I'm breaking down where Oakville's luxury buyers live in 2026, why these neighborhoods command premium prices, and what you need to know before spending serious money in this market. Because in Oakville, luxury is not just the house, it is the street, the lot, the lifestyle, and the long-term value. If this is your first time here, my name is Roshan Basnet and I'm a real estate broker. And on this channel, we talk about Oakville and Burlington real estate from a street level perspective. By the end, you will understand how Oakville luxury actually breaks down, so you can figure out which pocket fits your life before you ever step into a showing. When it comes to Oakville luxury, you have to understand one thing. Oakville does not have one luxury market, it has several. A custom estate in Morrison is not the same buyer as a heritage home in Old Oakville. A lakefront home in Bronte is not the same buyer as newer custom homes in Southwest Oakville. And someone choosing a luxury condo downtown may be buying convenience, security, and walkability instead of land. So before we go neighborhood by neighborhood, let's put some numbers around this. In the first half of 2026, Morrison stood out as the clear estate luxury benchmark with an average sale price of about $4.3 million, a median of about $3.3 million, and 12 sales were over $5 million. Southwest Oakville was also very strong with an average sale price around $2.8 million and a median around $2.6 million, showing how serious that custom home and larger lot market has become. Old Oakville averaged around $2.3 million, but that number needs to have some context because Old Oakville includes detached homes, townhomes, and even condos. The luxury story here is not only about price, it is about walkability, heritage, downtown Oakville, and the harbor. Ford averaged around $2.2 million, which supports its position as a Southeast Oakville luxury market with a more practical family feel. Bronte overall averaged around $1.5 million, but Bronte is a wider market. It includes a lot of condos, a lot of townhomes, and more modest detached homes. So the true lakefront and harborside luxury pockets need to be looked at separately. And for Eastlake, Maple Grove, and the Chartwell, I would be very careful using one broad stroke for an average because these are really micro pockets. In Southeast Oakville, the exact street, lot, school catchment, and proximity to the lake can change value dramatically. This is really the point of this video. Oakville luxury is not one market. It is several different luxury markets, each driven by something different it offers. So let's start with Morrison. Morrison is the neighborhood many people think of first when they picture a classic Oakville luxury. This is where the value is deeply tied to the land, the privacy, mature trees, large lots, custom homes, and that estate-style feeling. When you come into the Morrison as a buyer, you are not just looking at square footage. You are looking at the lot. You are looking at the street. You are looking at the setbacks. You are looking at the tree canopy. You are looking at how private the home feels from the road and from the neighbors. This is why Morrison commands such a premium. In the first half of 2026, the average sale price here was over $4.3 million and the median was over $3.3 million. That tells you this is not just a neighborhood with a few expensive outliers. The overall market sits at a very high level, and with 12 sales over $5 million, Morrison clearly remains one of Oakville's strongest state luxury market. If you are drawn to Morrison, you are usually someone who wants privacy, prestige, that land, and that long-term confidence. You may be an executive, a business owner, a professional family, or a relocation buyer who wants one of Oakville's most established luxury addresses. But here is the important watch out. In Morrison, you cannot just compare homes by square footage. One home may be priced because of the finished custom build. So you need to really understand what you're actually paying for. The structure, the lot, the street, or all three. Next is Old Oakville. Old Oakville is a completely different luxury story. Morrison is about estate privacy. Old Oakville is about lifestyle, history, walkability, charm, and the location. This is where you want downtown Oakville, the harbor, 16-Mile Creek, restaurants, cafes, boutiques, lake proximity, and that established town center feeling. In Old Oakville, you may pay a premium for a smaller home because of the location. It itself carries so much value. This is why the numbers need some context. In the first half of 2026, Old Oakville averaged around $2.3 million with a median around $2 million. But that includes a mix of property types. You've got detached homes, the condos, apartments, and the townhouse. So if you only look at the average price, you miss the real story. Old Oakville is not just about the size of the house. It is about being able to walk to dinner, walk to the lake, walk to the harbor, and live in one of Oakville's most recognizable neighborhoods. If you're looking here, you may be a family who wants character and charm, that prestige, or a downsizer who does not want to feel isolated in a large house anymore. You want that lifestyle. You want a location that is very hard to duplicate. The watch out in Old Oakville is really the condition. Older homes can be beautiful, but you need to understand the maintenance aspect. Now, let's also talk about luxury condominiums, because Oakville luxury is not only detached homes. Some buyers are intentionally choosing the condos because they want less maintenance, not less luxury. You want security, that valet parking, views, walkability, the ability to lock the door and travel, and you do not want to manage landscaping, snow removal, pools, roofs, driveways, and large properties anymore. This is especially true for downsizers. Many of these buyers can afford the detached home. They are not choosing a condo because they have to. They are choosing it because they want convenience. In the first half of 2026, Oakville luxury condo apartment sales reached the $3 to $3.5 million range, especially around buildings like the 111 Forsyth and the Randall. That tells you something important. For some Oakville buyers, luxury is not having more to maintain. Luxury is having less to worry about. Now, let's move back into the southeast Oakville and let's talk about Eastlake, Maple Grove, and the Chartwell area. This is where local knowledge becomes very important because these are not always clean statistical neighborhoods. They are micro pockets, and in luxury real estate, micro location matters. You may say you want Eastlake, but the real question is which street? How close are you to the lake? What is the lot like? What school catchment are you in? Is the home original, renovated, or custom built? Are you near a busier road or are you on a quieter interior street? Those details can change the value significantly. This area attracts buyers who want Southeast Oakville's reputation, strong schools and mature surroundings, and the long-term resale confidence. For many buyers, this is a prestige decision, but also a practical one. You want access to good schools, major commuting routes, downtown Oakville, the lake, and the established neighborhoods. The mistake is assuming every street carries the same value. In Eastlake, Maple Grove, and Chartwell, one street over can make a major difference. Next, let's talk about the Ford area. Ford is interesting because it gives you a Southeast Oakville address with a slightly more practical family feel. In the first half of 2026, Ford averaged around $2.2 million with a median around $1.85 million. Most of the sales were detached homes, and the strongest activity was in the $2 to $3 million range, with some sales moving above that. This is why Ford matters. It can give you access to Southeast Oakville prestige, strong schools, mature streets, parks, lake proximity, and commuting convenience, but often with the more practical housing profile than the very top estate pockets. If you are looking at Ford, you may not be looking for the largest estate in Oakville. You may want a strong family home or respected address, a good school district, and a neighborhood that makes sense for everyday life. This is the Ford appeal. The what's out here is making sure the price matches the property. Not every home deserves a premium just because it is in Southeast Oakville. You still have to look at the lot, the street, the layout, the age of the home, and the quality of renovations. Next is Southwest Oakville. This is one of the most important luxury stories in Oakville because the area has changed so much. In the first half of 2026, Southwest Oakville had an average sale price around $2.8 million, a median around $2.6 million, and every sale in the data set was detached properties. That tells you this is not just an entry-level West Oakville market. This is a serious luxury detached market. Southwest Oakville attracts buyers who want larger lots, custom-built homes, proximity to the lake, Coronation Park, Appleby College, those mature trees, and a slightly different lifestyle from the Southeast Oakville folks. For many buyers, this area offers a compelling combination. You can get a newer custom home. You can get a larger lot. You can be close to the parks and the lake. And depending on the pocket, you may find stronger value compared to the most expensive Southeast Oakville estate streets. The what's out in Southwest Oakville is that the area is not uniform. Some streets are clearly luxury, some are transitional, some homes are land value plays, some are finished custom builds. So again, you need to know what you are paying for. Finally, the area that I hang out the most, that's the Bronte and the lakefront pockets. Bronte is different luxury conversation. The overall average in the first half of 2026 was around $1.5 million with a median around $1.35 million. But that includes condos, townhomes, and a wide range of detached homes. So the broad Bronte average does not tell the full luxury story. The luxury story in Bronte is about the lake, the harbor, the marina, trails, restaurants, waterfront parks, and the lifestyle around the Bronte village. If you are this buyer, you may not care as much about having a traditional Southeast Oakville address. You may care more about being near the water, walking distance to the harbor, restaurants nearby, a custom-built home close to the lake, a more relaxed West Oakville lifestyle. This is why Bronte can be very appealing. The watch out is really understanding the differences between near the lake, lake view, and the true lakefront property. These are not the same thing and they do not command the same price. So here is the big takeaway. Oakville luxury is not one market. Morrison is land, privacy, and estate living. Old Oakville is walkability, the charm, history, the downtown, and the harbor access. Luxury condos are convenience, security, views, and freedom from maintenance. Eastlake, Maple Grove, and Chartwell are micro pockets, prestige where the exact street matters. Ford is Southeast Oakville luxury with a practical family feel. Southwest Oakville is larger lots, custom built homes, and lifestyle values. Then the Bronte is lake, harbor trails, and the waterfront living. So before you ask what is the most expensive neighborhood in Oakville, ask a better question. What kind of luxury lifestyle am I actually trying to buy? Because the right neighborhood is not always one with the highest average price. It is the one that fits your life, your family, your commute, your school, your lifestyle, and your long-term plan. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Oakville and want that street-level guidance, reach out to me. I help buyers and sellers understand these neighborhoods beyond the listing photos, beyond the average prices, and beyond the marketing lingo. And if you want more Oakville and Burlington neighborhood guides just like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Put your questions on the comment. I personally will get back to you. I'm Realtor Rasan, and I would love to see you in the next video.